Pittsburgh segment, we talked about how us Yinzers, we don't really like change and how hard people took the name change of even Heinz Field.
Yeah, they definitely did. Also, the former Century 3 mall site just received a $1 million grant for renovation. I'm not really sure what they're going to use the land for, but a lot of people, they want the mall to come back. Is there a business that has left Pittsburgh that you would like to come back?
Well, this is more mainstream, so I'm talking more mainstream stores, but we loved when the Disney store was in South Hills Village more recently. I think there was also one at some point at Ross Park Mall as well. But we loved having those stores there that just create this magical thing. We had that. We had American Girl doll stores here.
Yeah.
Some of those are just gone, and I miss that. I mean, we have so many great local shops too, but if we're talking mainstream stores.
I remember the Disney store at Ross Park. Absolutely.
Loved it. And Lila in particular, because she was old enough to shop there, and we loved taking her there. Get her new little Disney princess costume.
How special. I just want overall like downtown shopping to come back, where you could go from store to store to store with your bags and just have a good time. But I'm going to take us back in time a little bit, and I'm going to try and do it in under a minute.
So you're going to take us on a trip back in time. Okay, here we go. We're flipping this. There you go.
So speaking of stores that we all love, especially downtown, Kaufmann's, something that I think is so nostalgic. In 1871, Kaufmann's started out as a small men's store on the south side. Did you know that? And then it moved downtown in 1877, and it was known as the Big Store. It was still a department store. But then Kaufmann's opened up in 1913. And then it turned into Macy's in 2006. I remember that was like the talk of the town when it turned into Macy's. But then it closed in 2015 because it had a lot of financial struggles. I guess people just weren't shopping downtown as much as they used to. But I mean, you know, people just loved shopping. They loved looking into the holiday windows. And of course, meeting under the clock.
Of course, you gotta get a little smoochy smooch. Under the,
Okay, did I do that in under a minute?
You did it.
Yay.
And I know that you went out and talked to some people too.
Yeah, I asked people, you know, on social media what store they would like to bring back to the Burg. And so, I mean, I got more answers to this than hundreds.
Yeah.
So people, Scott says, let's go with Scott. He says that he wants Gimbel's, Kaufmann's, Joseph Horn's, G.C. Murphy's back. He wished downtown was like it used to be in the 60s and the 70s. Let's see. Bill Lindsay says Pamela's in Squirrel Hill and Drew's in Forest Hills.
Ooh.
I remember Drew's in Forest Hills. Absolutely. Joseph says Chi-Chi's.
Do you remember? All I can think about with Chi-Chi's was the green onion thing. Do you remember?
No.
Do you remember it was some sort, was it tomatoes? Why did I think it was green onions?
Oh.
It was onions.
It was onions. Okay, Scott's correcting you, Kel.
Onions.
No. Yes. Google it. Google it. That's the only thing I remember.
But he says they ate their weekly before marriage, before children, and with children. Sometimes their bar bill was bigger than the food bill. He says, I miss the 80s and the 90s. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. And then Carol says George Aiken, the best chicken in town.
This is great.
Yeah,
this is a great roundup. And someone said Kaufmann's Bakery, the thumbprint cookies, which I remember specifically.
Me too.
So good.
So nostalgic. All right, still to come on Talk Pittsburgh. It's an art lesson for people of all ages. We're diving in with Miss E. That fun project is coming up next.